Hi there and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be changing the battery on a Lexus CT200h key fob. So this should solve your problem if you are experiencing anything such as the key fob not doing anything at all, as in opening the doors or closing the doors. If you're seeing the key not activated or key not detected sign in your Lexus, this could be the solution for you. It is worth saying this is for a 2011 Lexus CT200h that was recently purchased, and this key was not working at all. And the reason that I was making the video was I seen a few others online which explained how to change the battery or open up the casing, and it didn't work for me. That wasn't the correct way to do it for this one. So also worth saying, this is a UK based CT200h, so it may differ if you are in another country. So what we're going to need today is a battery, and for this one, the CT200h, we need a CR1632 battery. These are very readily available online for as little as £1 delivered, I think. I'm based in Scotland and bought these from a local hardware shop called Scotston Emporium, and they were a couple of pounds each, and I bought a few just to have one as a spare if we need it. But these are what you're needing, CR1632, and as we go through that I'll show you how you establish what battery you do need, just in case it is a slightly different Lexus model you have. Another thing you need is a 1.5mm screwdriver. So this can be a hex, so you'll see it sometimes, you'll see it described as a 1.5mm hex or a flathead. I have both here. Again, worth noting that these are not normally something you may have in your toolbox, or certainly something I didn't have in my toolbox. I did purchase these online. They were very cheap, but they are quite handy for some of the smaller jobs. Most of the things that I have used them for is to do with key battery changes. Some of them I think are also designed for adjusting spectacles, but they aren't probably commonplace in an everyday toolbox, so that's what we'll be using today. So just one of these, but I brought the two to show. And yeah, so what we'll do is changing the battery on this key. So what we need to do first is this little clip here. We move that downwards or to the side, this here, just flick it down, and that should bring out the key on the fob, and we can put that to one side at the moment, and then you will see the fob without its key there. Now, a lot of online, when I googled, and I did specifically google for a Lexus CT200h, were telling me to use the key here, put it in a wee slot, because it has, sorry, turn it around that way, it has a wee scoop on the end of the key, put it on the slot, put it in here, twist, and the key fob would open. Now, this, when I tried it, was not working, and I was very fearful of breaking the key fob. They are just fair, as quality as Lexus are, they are fairly kind of brittle plastic. So when that wasn't working, probably stupidly, maybe should have noticed that beforehand, we have a wee bit of a curve in the key here. Don't know if you can see that here, just in the plastic, just with the light there, you see that wee curve. I realised that actually this looks like one that you would push down to get the battery out. So if you're experiencing that as well, please don't persist with the key in here and twisting, as you may break this. And again, this is a UK based CT200h 11 plate. So what you do actually is push this down and slide it all the way to the bottom, and you can place that plastic to the side there. What you'll see now is the fob kind of opened up from its casing, and you'll see 4 small little screws here, which we're going to use our hex 1.5mm hex to open. And you'll also see, it may not zoom in the camera too well, but there you see CR1632, and that is the reminder of what battery you should be putting in these fobs. So that's just written there in very small writing. So if you are unsure, or you're looking at this video for another Lexus model to change the battery, always check what battery should be going in that there. So we have CR1632. And what we'll do is open up these small little screws. I may use the hex rather than the flathead there. They are a little bit fiddly and very small. I would advise doing this indoors rather than outdoors, just in case you drop one of these, as they are very small and you wouldn't want to lose any. So gradually just twist these round. They're not very long, so they don't need excessive amounts of twisting to get out. Just zoom in slightly on that so you can see. So we then have all the screws out. So what we can do next is gently, if I can get it, we may use flathead here to try and lift this part up. So we just need to lift that wee part up. So I used that very small flathead there just to lift up that bit of plastic there, and that will reveal your battery. And again, just if you're unsure, it will say the battery that you require on this. So again, I don't know if you can see that there with the camera, CR1632. And that is folded down in a wee lip there. So what we need to do is just kind of grasp them out. Again, I might use the small flathead to just lift the battery out, prise it out. Just be very careful as you do that, not to interfere with anything underneath. Try not to poke too much, just in case we damage any of these parts here. Place the old battery to the side. We'll grab a new battery, which was this up here, but I have one already opened to save me fiddling about with it. Plus side, which is here, you'll see the plus on the top, but normally has all the writing on the back. Tends to be slightly different shape, a wee bit thinner there. So that thin bit goes to the bottom and the plus side goes to the top. And you just slip that in. There's wee lips there that it just goes over, quite easy to do. And then you just do everything in reverse. So you would place this back on again. And this bit probably isn't as exciting, and most of you will switch off by now, but I will keep the video rolling and do it. But you simply place the black plastic back over the battery and screw everything back together. So that's the flathead one. Worth mentioning, I would probably go for the hex one to do this. It is possible to do with the flathead. You just witnessed me there trying to fiddle with the flathead to screw them back in, but I would probably go with the hex one if you are purchasing one of these, as it does fit in a lot better to screw them in together. And just make sure that they're tight. Doesn't have to be overly tight, but tight enough there. And put that in. Say very fiddly. I would probably have a setup similar to what I've done here, with a table and plenty of light in front of you to do this. Not particularly taxing job, but slightly fiddly with these very small screws. So as I mentioned at the start, please do double check firstly the battery that you are to replace in your car. I mean, what I am doing will apply to many other models, probably not only just Lexus, but probably the Toyota brand as well, as they do share a lot of the same parts from the parts bin. But please do check what battery you should be putting in your key, and if your key looks like mine, like it had the lip that I was saying here, this method should be to how you change your battery on that, and that should, if the key is completely dead, help with the problem, or if you're getting the sign the key is not detected, this could be the issue as well. So we've got all our 4 screws back in here with the new battery in situ. We grab this bit of black plastic here and we place it back on. It's worth noting you cannot place it back on like this, so you cannot just clip it in from the top. You must slide it in. Slide it right into place. You'll hear quite a reassuring click, and then grab your key, which looks like this, and place it back in situ here. Again, you'll hear a reassuring click to that, and your key is all back together and will be working, I am sure, hopefully. So you'll see the wee red button there. You just see here, hopefully with the light you can maybe see that red button lighten up, and that is your key working. So that has solved the problem on our Lexus CT200h. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you've liked what you've seen. I've had a range of different cars over the years and continue to swap through different ones. Currently we have a RX 300, which I've done another video on and plan to do a few other videos on. We have a Lexus CT200h, which I'll do a few more videos on, and how-tos. We've got a few other issues to sort on that. I have a Toyota IQ, which I plan to do a few more videos on, which is quite an interesting economical car for this day and age. And I do have a few other interesting cars, like Golf GTI, etc. But I do go through a few different cars. So please do consider giving me a subscribe and a like on the video. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope that's helped.